Hello guys, welcome back to another cinematic mic review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the show American Crime Story, The Assassination of Gianni Versace. I'm saying Versace because I think I just saw a video of Donatella saying that it's not Versace, it's Versace, 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 something like that. American Crime Story, The Assassination of Gianni Versace is the second season of American Crime Story. The first one being the 2016 one, The People versus OJ, which I was a really big fan of that show. It had incredible acting, an incredible story. It was intense. It was like an experience for me watching that show, as I was for many of you. I can't believe that it's a year already. It seems like it was just yesterday that I saw that show and I was blown away by it. So let's get to it. Um, American Crime Story, The Assassination of Gianni Versace, is about Italian fashion designer Gianni Versace, who was murdered on July 15, 1997, I believe, by I'm not sure if you would call him a serial killer. Well, I guess you would, by Andrew Cunanan. I think he had four victims, and I think Gianni was the last one before he took his own life. I was really looking forward to watching this show. I love American Crime Story, as I told you. I love The People versus OJ, so I was excited to see that they would continue with these shows. But I knew that obviously The People versus OJ was one show that had concluded already. You know, we saw everything that happened. There's no way you can go from after that to continuing on. Yeah, we were told that it was going to be like an anthology, so we would get different stories at different seasons. I was following up the news on this, on what was going to come, and I believe there was going to be the second season was actually originally supposed to be the something about the Katrina, the Hurricane Katrina, and then something happened there, and this was actually supposed to be the third season, I believe, but then they switched it up, and they ended up making Gianni Versace before the Katrina one. So I didn't really mind the switch. I think I was more excited to see the Versace one, so in a way, I was kind of glad to see it. The show really opens up to bring you into this world of like luxurious um, scenes, especially when you go into you open up in like Gianni Versace's home and his mansion, and it's very big, exotic. It's crazy in there. You know, he's like the only one. He seems like he's like the only one that lives there, and he has everything to himself, all the space that you could ask for. And he's just eating there, like, or drinking his coffee, all just surrounded by all of this, like, these fascinating things that anyone could like probably hope for. Um, then the thing also opens up with like an opera kind of music to it, kind of bringing that kind of like that kind of scary vibe tone. You know, they kind of use it in like kind of mobster movies, kind of like opera, like kind of, you know, something crazy is about to happen. And the opening is great. It's all leading up to what the show's going to be about, which is the assassination of Gianni Versace, um, by Andrew Cunanan. Darren Criss, I do not know Darren Criss, but when I saw the trailer and I was seeing all the promotion for it, everyone kept talking about Darren Criss. And me, I like to look at the comments sometimes, either on Facebook or Instagram, on the YouTube channel. And everyone kept mentioning how Darren Criss was going to be incredible in the show and all that. I was the only one that was like, who's Darren Criss? I don't know no Darren Criss. I'm like, why is everyone sounding like they know Darren Criss so much? And I saw, looked him up. I guess he has done something. It's not anything that I've seen, but the one that I noticed, I think I asked someone and they said that he was from the show Glee. I've never saw that show. I don't think it was my kind of show, but I know it has like incredible stuff in it because it's always, I think it's been like nominated or awarded for some stuff. But yeah, I never saw that show before, and I was asking people like, oh, who's this Darren Criss? You guys are making me want to see him. I'm gonna tell you something. They were not wrong about what they said about Darren Criss playing serial killer Andrew Cunanan, because this guy is freaking scary as hell. He's just like you just get the goosebumps like just seeing him, and like if he was around you like in that character, you just feel like really weird. That's the vibe I got from him. I can't keep my eyes off of him. Like, he's the one that I want to follow, but it's more like I want to follow because I don't want to miss what he does, because he's crazy at what he does. And Darren's really like really brings that out in playing this crazy guy. Like, who knows if that's as crazy as this guy was, or Darren's actually playing him a little bit more crazier. I don't know. Kind of plays like this. What would you say? Manipulative? Nah. He's kind of plays like this imposter, this kind of liar when he's among friends and all that. He's always telling them a story, and they're always like looking at each other like this is another like crappy story that this guy's telling. And then I think he's with some guy at school. I'm not sure if it's his boyfriend or some guy that likes him, and he tells him about how he told him a story about that he was this and that, but it's not true. It can't be possible, and you can kind of see him just like wanting to believe the story also, you know. And I'm not sure if this guy was crazy like that, where there's people that just want to believe that they're these type of people, but they are not really. But they just continue to do so. I'm not quite sure on that, but it kind of like just gets me more sucked into the story, wanting to see who he is, how he acts, and I kind of want to know why he acts like that. But I'm not sure we're really gonna get a why he acts like that, because I still don't think many people even knew why he did the things he did. He just kind of did them. He is very frightening in the second episode. There's a scene right there where he's with the gentleman in the room, and he starts doing his thing with them and puts like tape all around his face. And the crazy thing from this episode, I really enjoyed the second episode. I thought it was better than the first episode, which got me really excited. He starts dancing to this music, and once you see that happen, it's again like the whole goosebumps comes out of you, and you just feel kind of like creeped out by this guy. And you're like, what the hell? What is this thing? You know? And also, and that exact scene actually reminded me of something we've probably all seen before, that I've seen before. It reminded me right away. It reminded me of Patrick Patrick Bates, I think, or Patrick Bates, from American Psycho, Christian Bale's character, when he's dancing around, and then it leads up to him killing. I believe it's Jared Leto that he kills. But yeah, it reminds me so much about that scene. But still, this was just as creepy as that scene right there, and I think that's one of the reasons I really loved it, because I loved the performance by Darren Criss, and he was still giving us that feeling of like scariness. Then we get to the third episode. The third episode is more like a horror movie. And so these episodes just get better and better and better. The opening to the third episode is like the most scared I have been from watching the show, to be honest with you. It was actually like a real horror film, or like something crazy had just happened. It throws that onto you. It makes you feel like really afraid, or like if this just happened near your house, and it makes like this eerie, scary feeling vibe around you. So I thought that was great. And then as the episode continued, it was more like a Darren Criss episode. I don't believe we see much of the Versace family in that episode, but it was incredible, and it went way further from what they were going. I'm not sure if that's as far as they're gonna go, if they're gonna go a little bit more further. But like I said, man, these episodes are crazy. These episodes are brilliant. I love them. The actor that stars in this, that plays Gianni Versace, is Edgar Ramirez, who I know from the film Vantage Point and the film Netflix Bright, which recently came out, and I believe I did the review on that one with Edgar Ramirez on it. He plays he's really unrecognizable in this show. It's either that he's unrecognizable, or that they pick someone that looks like they knew that he was gonna look like Gianni Versace for some reason. Because when I see him, it looks like someone else, like someone totally different. I can't even see I really can't see Edgar Ramirez there either. He does an incredible job. I love the scenes with him and Penelope Cruz, when there's like tension between them and they're arguing and fighting with each other, but they're still kind of like family, you know. They're really strong. So I really love those scenes between him and Penelope. I was really looking forward to seeing Penelope Cruz as Donatella Versace. I've seen her in a few movies. I think she's in the movie The Counselor, which I think Edgar Ramirez is also in that one. And it's one of my favorite films. If you haven't checked out The Counselor, go check out The Counselor. I think it's by Ridley Scott. The reason I was excited for her playing Donatella is because I know she's never really done well. From what I've seen, I don't think I've ever seen her transform into something. And I love it when you know actors are gonna play roles where you know they're gonna have to do a transformation, you know. and see how that's gonna play off. And since I knew she was gonna play Donatella, I was really looking forward to seeing her as that character. And when I saw her on here, she like really went all the way out on her. Like, she's another one who I can't keep my eyes off of. I don't think you guys should either. She's kind of just unrecognizable. Even when she speaks, she just seems like someone totally different. She actually seems like um an actress, but not Penelope Cruz. And in a good way, she's able to show the presence of a strong woman of the family, a strong woman of the family company. I mean, she gets, yeah, she, there are times where it gets emotional, but she seems like this woman that is tough, that seems like she's gonna, now she has to be in charge of like the whole family name, the whole family company, and all that. And she can actually be pretty scary at times. Not like Darren Chris's Hunanan, but she's scary, kind of like a mom scary, like, oh snap, like, like that's kind of how scary she is. But I love her job. I love the way she's playing Donatella Versace in the show. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets awarded. She also has an incredible. I love a scene that she has with Ricky Martin in the show, where I think she's trying to tell him why she has no respect for, I think, for him, because of her brother Gianni Versace's boyfriend Antonio D'Amico had some habits that I don't think she was comfortable with, and she kind of blames him, I think, for some some kind of failure in her what happened to her family. So yeah, I thought that scene was intense. Now Ricky Martin, I didn't really want to criticize him in the first episode. He was in there, and but he wasn't in there for that long. So I didn't want to criticize him. I said I would wait for a few more episodes, and a few more episodes came, and I think he has more screen time in the second episode. To be honest with you, I was actually kind of looking forward to Ricky Martin because I wanted to see if he would be one of those people that just kind of surprises you out of nowhere. Like to me, this guy Harry Styles, he surprised me in Dunkirk. Something like that. I thought it was gonna be one of those things with him. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really that much of a big fan of his performance in this show. But it doesn't kill the show for me. I still watch it. It doesn't really do anything, but it's just his performance isn't that well in this show like the others, I think. And I really thought he would deliver. I like that the show still has this like kind of vibe and theme of this like crazy party club scene type of music from its times in like the 90s. I love the music in The People versus OJ. It was one of my favorite things about the show was the music that they put in there. And I really, from the 3 episodes that came on or recently that I've seen, they're incredible songs. They're not ones I'm like big nerdy on. I don't know who the artist is or the song. I probably do, but I probably don't recognize it right now. But there's songs that I know I heard when I was younger, and I haven't heard them in a long time. And to hear them on the show, it's kind of like, oh man, there's that song I haven't heard in a long time. And it kind of made me want to listen to the music again. So I checked out the music a little bit after the episodes, and I hope they put more of that type of music because I really enjoy it when there's music that I like that was like from its time and like it's an old school type of music. So I really like that they put that kind of element to this show, which is right because I think Gianni Versace was a guy that would go party and all that, and they kind of show that in the show. It's a great show, and if you haven't watched it, I recommend you watch it. If you haven't watched American Crime Story, The People versus OJ, go watch that one first because that one's one show you should have not missed. And if you're gonna watch this one, you should watch that one first, and then we'll get to the third one. So let's see how this show goes and see if we'll be excited for the next one. I recommend this show to you guys, and thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thanks again, Cinematic Mike.